You are about to hear how Earth's first students shocked aliens with their unseen perspectives. In the wide, glittering stretch of the universe, Earth's students stood on the cusp of a monumental journey. Known for their resilience and adaptability, they were selected to attend Zetera University, a renowned institution of higher learning among the stars. This university was famous not only for its advanced studies, but for the unique symbiotic relationships its students formed with the alien flora and fauna. The story begins with the arrival of these bright-eyed Earth students at the grand entrance of Zetera University, their hearts brimming with curiosity and excitement. The spaceship hummed softly as it descended onto the landing pad. Inside, 5 Earth students were about to make history. Alex, a botanist with a deep love for plants. Mia, an empathetic animal communicator. Sam, a biologist with a knack for understanding ecosystems. Lisa, a skilled healer. And Jake, a tech genius who could interface with any living system. As they stepped out of the ship, they were greeted by Dean Zolter, a tall, silver-skinned alien with glowing blue eyes. "Welcome to Zetera University," he said in a deep, resonant voice. "You are the first humans to study here. We are eager to learn from your unique perspectives." The campus was a marvel of alien architecture, with structures made from living materials that pulsed with life. The trees had bioluminescent leaves, and strange, colorful creatures roamed freely, adding to the vibrant ecosystem. "Our first stop is the Harmony Grove," Dean Zolter announced. "It is a special place where all students begin their journey." As they walked, Alex noticed the plants seemed to react to their presence, leaning towards them as if in greeting. "These plants are amazing," Alex said, reaching out to touch a vine. It wrapped gently around his wrist, emitting a soft, warm glow. Dean Zolter smiled. "Our flora are highly interactive. They form bonds with those who treat them with respect." Mia knelt down to pet a small furry creature that approached her. It chirped happily and nuzzled her hand. "I feel like it understands me," she said, surprised. "Indeed," the dean nodded. "The creatures here form symbiotic relationships with us. They share their knowledge and abilities in exchange for care and companionship." As they reached the Harmony Grove, the students were in awe. The grove was a large, open space filled with vibrant plants and animals, all coexisting in perfect harmony. In the center was a large, ancient tree with leaves that shimmered like stars. "This is the heart tree," Dean Zolter explained. "It is the oldest and most powerful living being on our planet. It connects all life forms here." Lisa, feeling a pull towards the tree, stepped forward and placed her hand on its trunk. Instantly, she felt a surge of energy and a flood of ancient memories. "It's sharing its knowledge with me," she whispered, eyes wide with wonder. "The heart tree can communicate with those who are open to it," the dean said. "It will teach you how to form deeper connections with our ecosystem." Jake, intrigued by the merging of technology and biology, examined the tree closely. "This is incredible. It's like a living database," the dean nodded. "Yes, our technology is designed to work in harmony with nature. We believe that only through symbiosis can we achieve true progress." Over the next few days, the Earth students immersed themselves in the university's unique learning environment. Alex and Mia quickly bonded with the plants and animals, learning to communicate and collaborate with them. Sam studied the complex relationships within the ecosystem, while Lisa and Jake explored the healing and technological aspects of the symbiotic connections. One evening, as they gathered under the heart tree, a sudden tremor shook the ground. The leaves of the tree rustled in agitation, and the animals around them scattered in fear. "What's happening?" Alex asked, looking around in alarm. Dean Zolter appeared, his expression grave. "An ancient enemy has returned. The Drakari, a warlike species that once tried to conquer our world, have launched an attack. They seek to destroy the heart tree and claim our knowledge for themselves." The students exchanged worried glances. They had come to Zetera University to learn and share knowledge, but now they faced a grave threat. "We must defend the heart tree," Dean Zolter said. "Your unique abilities and perspectives may be our best hope." With determination, the Earth students prepared to stand alongside their alien friends, ready to protect the living knowledge of Zetera University and uncover the secrets hidden within its ancient bonds. In the wide, glittering stretch of the universe, Earth students stood on the cusp of a monumental journey. As they prepared to defend Zetera University from the impending Drakari threat, their resolve hardened. Each student knew their unique abilities would play a crucial role in the coming conflict. The following morning, the Earth students gathered in the Harmony Grove with Dean Zolter and a group of alien students. The atmosphere was tense, but filled with determination. Dean Zolter addressed the group, his voice steady and reassuring. "We must prepare for the Drakari's attack. They are relentless and will stop at nothing to destroy the Heart Tree and seize our knowledge. But together, we can defend our home." Alex stepped forward, his eyes scanning the worried faces around him. "We need to strengthen our bonds with the ecosystem. If we can deepen our connection with the flora and fauna, we can use their knowledge and abilities to aid our defense." Mia nodded in agreement. "The animals can be our eyes and ears. They can alert us to any movements or changes in the environment." Sam, always analytical, added, "We should also study the Heart Tree more closely. There might be ancient secrets or abilities it can share with us that will help in our defense." Dean Zolter nodded, appreciating their proactive approach. "Very well. We shall divide into groups. Alex and Mia focus on communicating with the flora and fauna. Sam, Lisa, and Jake explore the Heart Tree's hidden knowledge. The rest of us will prepare the physical defenses." As they split into their groups, Alex and Mia walked towards the edge of the grove where the dense vegetation thrived. Alex placed his hand on a large, leafy vine, closing his eyes to focus. The vine responded, curling around his arm and glowing softly. He could feel the plant's energy and knowledge flowing into him. "We need your help," Alex murmured. "The Drakari are coming, and we must protect the Heart Tree." The vine pulsed with understanding, and Alex felt a surge of information. He saw images of hidden pathways and defensive mechanisms within the grove that only the plants knew about. Mia, meanwhile, communicated with the animals who eagerly offered their assistance. Back at the Heart Tree, Sam, Lisa, and Jake examined its massive trunk. Lisa placed her hands on the bark, and the tree's energy surged into her, revealing ancient memories and knowledge. "The Heart Tree holds many secrets," Lisa said, her voice filled with awe. "It has seen countless battles and can guide us." Jake, always curious about technology, noticed intricate patterns within the bark. "These patterns, they look like a form of code. If we can decode it, we might unlock new abilities or defenses." Working together, the trio deciphered the patterns, revealing ancient symbols and instructions. They learned how to harness the Heart Tree's energy to create powerful barriers and how to call upon the forest's creatures for help. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the grove, the Earth students and their alien friends regrouped. They shared their findings, and a plan began to take shape. They would use the knowledge and abilities gained from the flora, fauna, and the Heart Tree to create a multi-layered defense. Alex and Mia set up a network of plants and animals to act as early warning systems. Sam, Lisa, and Jake worked on fortifying the Heart Tree with the new techniques they had discovered. Dean Zolter and the alien students prepared physical defenses, ready to repel any direct attacks. As night fell, a sense of unity and purpose filled the air. The Earth students had come to Zetera University to learn and share knowledge, and now they were using that knowledge to protect their new home. They knew the battle ahead would be challenging, but together they stood ready to face whatever the Drakari would throw at them. In the quiet early hours before dawn, the Harmony Grove was alive with a nervous energy. Plants and animals were on high alert, their symbiotic connections with the Earth students buzzing with anticipation. The preparations were complete, and now they waited for the inevitable. Suddenly, the ground trembled slightly, and a low hum resonated through the air. The Drakari were coming. Alex felt a vine tighten around his wrist, signaling the approach. "They're here," he whispered, his heart pounding. Dean Zolter quickly rallied the students. "Remember your training. Trust in your bonds with the ecosystem. We will defend our home together." As the Drakari ships descended from the sky, Their dark, sleek forms glinting menacingly, the heart tree began to glow with a brilliant light. The Earth students and their alien friends took their positions. Alex and Mia, flanked by their plant and animal allies, stood at the forefront, ready to intercept the invaders. The first wave of Drakari soldiers landed with a thud, their heavy armor clanking as they moved forward with ruthless precision. They were met with a wall of vines and roots, guided by Alex's commands. The plants ensnared the soldiers, holding them in place as the animals darted in to distract and confuse them. Mia focused on a group of Drakari who were trying to flank them. She called upon a flock of swift, bird-like creatures to swoop down and harass the soldiers, pecking at their exposed parts and forcing them to retreat. Meanwhile, Sam, Lisa, and Jake worked furiously to maintain the heart tree's protective barrier. The ancient symbols they had deciphered glowed with a fierce light, creating a shimmering shield around the tree. Lisa's hands moved in a dance of healing energy, mending any breaches in the barrier as soon as they appeared. Jake's mind raced as he interfaced with the heart tree's biotechnology. He discovered a hidden function within the tree's core, a pulse of energy that could disrupt the Drakari's advanced weapons. "I can trigger an EMP-like pulse," he shouted to Sam and Lisa. "It'll disable their tech for a few minutes. We need to use that time to push them back." Sam nodded, his eyes sharp with determination. "Do it, Jake." "We'll hold the line." With a deep breath, Jake activated the pulse. A wave of energy rippled out from the heart tree, and the Drakari soldiers staggered as their weapons and equipment flickered and died. The Earth students seized the opportunity. Alex's vines tightened their grip, and Mia's creatures pressed their advantage. Dean Zolter and the alien students launched a coordinated counterattack, using traditional weapons and the environment to their advantage. They pushed the Drakari back, step by step, gaining ground with each moment of confusion. But the Drakari were relentless. A second wave of reinforcements landed, more heavily armed and prepared. They began to adapt, using brute force to tear through the vines and roots. One particularly large Drakari soldier broke through the defenses and headed straight for the heart tree. Lisa saw the threat and ran to intercept him. Her hands glowed with healing energy, but she used it offensively, sending a blast of light towards the soldier. It staggered him, but he continued his advance. Just as he raised his weapon to strike, a roar echoed through the grove. A massive creature, one of the oldest guardians of the heart tree, emerged from the shadows. It was a blend of plant and animal, with thick, bark-like skin and glowing eyes. With a swift, powerful strike, it knocked the Drakari soldier to the ground, protecting Lisa and the heart tree. The battle raged on, with both sides suffering losses. The Earth students and their allies fought with everything they had, using their unique abilities and the strength of their symbiotic bonds to hold their ground. The heart tree pulsed with energy, its ancient knowledge guiding them and lending them strength. As dawn approached, the Drakari began to retreat, their forces depleted and their spirits broken. The Earth students and their allies stood victorious, but they knew this was only the beginning. The Drakari would return, and they needed to be ready. Exhausted but resolute, the students gathered around the heart tree, its glow softening in the morning light. Dean Zolter looked at them with pride. "You fought bravely and wisely. We have defended our home today, but we must prepare for what is to come." With renewed determination, the Earth students and their alien friends vowed to strengthen their bonds and uncover even more of the heart tree's secrets. The battle had shown them the power of unity and symbiosis, and they knew that together they could face any challenge the future held. In the aftermath of the battle, the Earth students and their alien allies worked tirelessly to fortify their defenses and heal the wounds inflicted by the Drakari. The heart tree, though resilient, bore the scars of the conflict, its ancient bark marred by the brutal assault. Despite their victory, a sense of urgency permeated the air. The Drakari would return, and they needed to be ready. Dean Zolter convened a meeting under the heart tree. "Our defense was strong, but we must become stronger. We need to delve deeper into the heart tree's secrets and uncover any ancient knowledge that could aid us." Jake, already immersed in the tree's biotechnology, suggested, there might be more hidden within its core. If we can access its deepest memories, we could find powerful new defenses or even a way to repel the Drakari permanently. Alex, Mia, Sam, Lisa, and Jake formed a circle around the heart tree, placing their hands on its bark. Closing their eyes, they focused on establishing a deeper connection. The tree responded, its energy enveloping them, drawing them into its consciousness. Images and sensations flooded their minds. They saw the history of Zetera, from its earliest days to the present. They witnessed ancient battles, alliances, and the evolution of the symbiotic relationships that defined the planet. Among these memories, they found what they were looking for, the heart tree's core secrets. They saw visions of an ancient device, hidden deep within the planet's crust, capable of amplifying the tree's energy. This device, called the Nexus Crystal, could create a barrier strong enough to repel any attack. However, it required a powerful, symbiotic bond between the tree and its protectors to activate it. "We need to find the Nexus Crystal," Sam said, opening his eyes. "It's our best chance to fortify our defenses and ensure the Drakari can't breach them again." Dean Zolter nodded. "The crystal is located in the Caverns of Light, a place few have ventured. It is protected by ancient guardians, tests of worthiness. You must retrieve it with a sense of purpose." The Earth students set out on their journey. They traveled through dense forests, guided by the plants and animals they had bonded with. The path to the Caverns of Light was fraught with challenges, but their symbiotic relationships provided them with the strength and knowledge to overcome each obstacle. As they neared the entrance to the caverns, they were greeted by a shimmering barrier of light. It pulsed with energy, reacting to their presence. Alex stepped forward, feeling the familiar warmth of the plants he had bonded with. "We need to pass this barrier. It's testing our bond with the ecosystem." Together, they focused their energy, channeling the strength of their symbiotic connections. The barrier responded, parting to allow them entry. Inside, the caverns were a breathtaking sight, filled with glowing crystals and ancient symbols carved into the walls. Deep within the caverns, they found the Nexus Crystal, a large, radiant gem pulsating with immense power. It was guarded by a massive, plant-like creature with glowing eyes, one of the ancient guardians they had seen in their visions. The guardian roared, but Alex stepped forward, extending his hand. "We come to protect the heart tree and our home. We need your help." The guardian studied them, sensing their sincerity and the strength of their bonds. It bowed its head, granting them passage. Carefully, they approached the Nexus Crystal, feeling its energy resonate with their own. Lisa, with her healing touch, gently placed her hands on the crystal. It glowed brighter, reacting to her presence. "We must activate it together," she said. "Our combined energy will amplify its power." Forming a circle around the crystal, they channeled their symbiotic energy into it. The crystal absorbed their strength, its light growing more intense. Finally, it released a burst of energy that filled the caverns, signifying its activation. With the Nexus Crystal in hand, they returned to Zetera University. Dean Zolter and the other students greeted them with hope and relief. "You have succeeded," the dean said. "Now we can fortify our defenses and ensure the Drakari cannot harm us again." Placing the Nexus Crystal at the base of the heart tree, they activated it, creating a powerful barrier that enveloped the entire grove. The tree's energy surged, stronger than ever, ready to protect its inhabitants. As they stood beneath the glowing heart tree, the Earth students felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had uncovered ancient secrets and forged unbreakable bonds. Together, they were ready to face the final battle against the Drakari, determined to protect their new home and its ancient wisdom. In the days that followed, the Earth students and their alien allies worked tirelessly to prepare for the inevitable return of the Drakari. The Nexus Crystal's power fortified their defenses, but they knew the final battle would test their resolve and unity like never before. The calm before the storm was shattered one evening when the ground trembled violently. The sky darkened as the Drakari fleet descended, their ships casting ominous shadows over Zetera University. The heart tree pulsed with energy, sensing the imminent danger. Dean Zolter rallied the defenders. "The Drakari are here. Remember, Our strength lies in our unity and our bonds with the ecosystem. We fight not just for ourselves, but for the future of this planet and its knowledge. The Earth students took their positions. Alex and Mia commanded the plants and animals, fortifying the outer defenses. Sam, Lisa, and Jake stood by the heart tree, ready to channel its power through the Nexus crystal. The alien students, armed and determined, prepared to repel the invaders. The Drakari struck with brutal force. Their advanced weapons clashed against the barrier created by the Nexus crystal, causing brilliant sparks to fly. The Earth students and their allies fought back with everything they had. Vines and roots ensnared the Drakari soldiers, while swift creatures harassed and distracted them. Jake, interfacing with the heart tree's biotechnology, directed pulses of energy at the Drakari ships, disrupting their systems. We need to hold them off long enough for the Nexus crystal to fully charge, he shouted over the chaos. The heart tree glowed brighter, its energy resonating with the defenders. Sam, using his deep understanding of the ecosystem, coordinated the efforts of plants and animals, creating a seamless defense. Lisa, her hands glowing with healing energy, mended wounds and reinforced the barrier. Despite their efforts, the Drakari pressed on, relentless in their assault. A massive explosion rocked the grove as a group of Drakari soldiers breached the outer defenses. Alex and Mia, leading the charge, faced the invaders head-on. The plants and animals fought fiercely beside them, their symbiotic bonds unbreakable. In the midst of the battle, a towering Drakari warlord emerged, his armor gleaming menacingly. He headed straight for the heart tree, intent on destroying it and claiming the Nexus crystal. Sam, Lisa, and Jake stood in his path, determined to protect their last line of defense. The warlord swung his weapon, but Sam deflected the blow with a surge of energy from the heart tree. Lisa channeled her healing powers into an offensive blast, staggering the warlord. Jake, using the tree's biotechnology, unleashed a wave of energy that temporarily immobilized the Drakari leader. But the warlord was formidable. He roared in fury, breaking free of the energy's grip. Just as he raised his weapon to strike again, the guardian of the Nexus crystal, the massive, plant-like creature, leapt into the fray. It grappled with the warlord, buying the Earth students precious time. Dean Zolter joined the battle, wielding his own formidable powers. He and the Earth students, alongside their alien allies, launched a coordinated attack. Vines and roots, energy blasts, and traditional weapons struck the warlord from all sides. With a final, united effort, they overwhelmed the Drakari warlord, bringing him to his knees. The heart tree pulsed with a blinding light, its energy reaching a crescendo. The Nexus crystal released a powerful wave that swept across the battlefield, disabling the Drakari forces and driving them into retreat. The battle was over. The Drakari, defeated and demoralized, fled Zetera University. The defenders stood victorious, their bonds with the ecosystem stronger than ever. As the sun rose over the Harmony Grove, casting a warm glow on the heart tree, Dean Zolter addressed the students. Today, we have protected not just our home, but the future of our knowledge and the symbiotic bonds that sustain us. You have shown that together, we are unbeatable. The Earth students, weary but triumphant, looked at each other with pride. They had come to Zetera University as learners, but they had become defenders and heroes. Their journey had only just begun, and they knew that their unique perspectives and symbiotic abilities would continue to shape the future of this incredible world.